for Florida State. So Denhart is ready. Harrod seems to be ready. Let's do it here in Phoenix. First pitch is in there for a ball, 1-0, and we are underway.
Well, you mentioned it, Jack. A great pitching performance from Yesenia Morrison. 7 innings pitched, 2 strikeouts, and she really was able to get these Florida State batters out. Didn't have to strike out too many people because she's got a great defense behind her, and Denhart's got the same thing.
Gave up back-to-back home runs in the first inning to Carson Gordon and Sydney Sherrill. Did not look back after that, put her head down, and threw a very well ball game after 2 back-to-back complete game shutouts in a 24-hour span last weekend against South Dakota and Iowa State. Goes 7 innings tonight, only allowing 3 earned runs for her 4th victory on the season. 1-0 pitch is in there for a called strike. Count evens up at 1-1. Callie Harrod coming into this ball game hitting .478 on the season, 6 home runs, 19 runs batted in. Picked up a stolen base in the first game of this doubleheader. Looking to get things going for the Seminoles, looking to bounce back after, again, their first loss of the season.
And what's crazy about, you mentioned it, Yesenia Morrison gives up 2 back-to-back home runs in the first inning, but the maturity, it's only her 2nd year on this team, and her maturity just coming through and settling down and helping get the Lopes, helping gift Florida State their first loss of the season.
A late called strike there from the home plate umpire. Count is now full, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Ryan Denhart looking to keep the momentum rolling. Lopes looking for their 2nd consecutive win against the Seminoles here tonight. That 3-2 offering is low and inside, ball 4. So Callie Harrod will take first base, and the Seminoles are in business right out of the gate. Runner on first, nobody out, and Carson Gordon will dig in. So we mentioned before, Carson Gordon got things going for the Seminoles in the top of the first inning against Yessie Morrison. Solo home run. It's her 5th of the season, comes into this at-bat with 17 runs batted in. Runner goes, throw down to second, is not going to be in time, so Callie Harrod picks up her 2nd stolen base of the day. First here in this one.
Yeah, not a bad throw from Kaylee Holland, just a little bit off target. That's an easy steal for Harrod. Her 2nd of this little doubleheader.
Gordon looking to move her over to third base here. So that pitch is fouled straight back. Gordon trying to get good wood on that fastball. Falls quickly in the count here. No balls and 2 strikes. Denhart coming into this game with a 3.33 ERA. Even on the record line, 2 wins, 2 losses. This is her 10th appearance on the season. 3 complete games in 33 2/3 innings pitched. Has allowed 41 hits, 16 earned runs. Comes into this one with 20 strikeouts. So that one's fouled off, spoiled there by Gordon.
Well, it's going to be an early test for Ryan Denhart, as it was an early test for Yessie Morrison, except Morrison came on back-to-back home runs, and well, it looks like Denhart's going to have to work with a runner on. And a favorable count so far against Carson Gordon, but Gordon had Yessie Morrison's number all game.
Carson Gordon, 3 hits against Yessie Morrison. But like you said, Morrison did a great job shutting down the rest of the order. As that ball's laced into right center field, that ball is going to get down 1 hop up against the wall. So right away, the Seminoles in front by a lead of 1-0. Carson Gordon with an RBI double. And just like that, the Seminoles looking to take back their yard.
Well, a great hit by Carson Gordon. I mean, she finds a huge gap out in center right field, hits it right off the wall, and continues to be the big bat for Florida State. Of course, thankfully for GCU, it was just a base hit, not a home run, but regardless, it results in 1 run.
So that's Gordon's 18th run batted in on the season. Seminoles looking to remind the Lopes why they were 22-0 coming here into Phoenix. Sydney Sherrill, the sophomore, digs in. Rips that one foul, count 0-1. Sherrill connecting for her 7th home run of the season earlier today. Comes into the at-bat with 22 RBIs, a .952 slugging percentage. You can't make that stuff up.
Well, we knew coming into this game that Florida State had some hot bats, and Sydney Sherrill is one of the reasons.
Denhart looking for her first out here in the first. 0-1 delivery. Fastball misses inside, count evens up at a ball and a strike.
It's going to really come down to control for Ryan Denhart. She's been able to, you know, if you go back to Yessie Morrison, she was unable to get a lot of calls on the outside and inside. And it's going to be a struggle for Denhart to try to find those corners when she doesn't get those calls.
That pitch ripped foul. Count 1-2. These Seminoles hitters seem to be right on Ryan Denhart's fastball here early on in the first. And like you just mentioned, if Ryan Denhart's going to be successful here against this Florida State offense, she's going to have to duplicate what Yessie Morrison did here earlier today. Hitting her spots, hitting her corners, trying to get ground ball outs, trust her defense here. And the Lopes will be just fine as that pitch just misses outside. Count evens up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Just a few changes for the Seminoles in their order. Savannah Parker, Leslie Ferris, 8 and 9 hitters in this lineup. So that pitch just misses low, and the count runs full at 3-2. So the Seminoles working the count full for the second time here in the first. Denhart looking to avoid even more trouble with Elizabeth Mason, the sophomore, waiting on deck. Huge opportunity here for the Seminoles to break out here in the top of the first. 3-2 offering. Fastball ripped to third. And it's going to go foul. Just out of the reach there by the third baseman, Sierra Smith. So we'll do it again here. 3 balls, 2 strikes. No outs, runner on second base. The Lopes now 12 and 8 overall with their historic win here tonight against Florida State. 3-2 offering. Fastball, blooped in the air, shallow right. Torville's got a beat on it. She won't make the play as it trickles into the glove of Nicoletti. So tough over-the-shoulder play there for Savannah Torville. She does not come away with it, and there are runners on the corners now for the Seminoles with nobody out.
Yeah, just a bit of a bad jump from Savannah Torville. Got turned around on that fly ball and was unable to make the catch. You know, early struggles here for GCU once again in the first inning. Thankfully, the rest of that game was kind of in favor of GCU, so still a lot of softball to be played, but Denhart's got to settle down here and find an out, or it's going to be real bad real quick.
First pitch here to Mason. Ripped on the right side and foul. That'll get out of play. Elizabeth Mason coming into this ball game, .403 batting average, 3 home runs, 18 runs batted in. Picked up a hit in the first inning earlier today. Like you said, Phil, Ryan Denhart looking for an out in a big way here. Defense playing up the middle. Would love a ground ball double play here, even if it meant another run for the Seminoles, as that pitch is outside, evens up the count at 1-1.
Well, I mean, much like Yessie Morrison struggling with this 2-3-4, you know, Ryan Denhart falling into the same category. The bottom of the order was a lot more successful for Yessie Morrison as opposed to the top of it.
1-1 offering to Mason. Off-speed pitch, clips the outside corner, and the count moves to 1-2. So Denhart catching Mason off guard there with that off-speed pitch as she looks to put her away here. Again, Denhart coming into this one with 20 strikeouts overall. Could use one in a big way right here, right now against Mason. Runners lead off, 1-2 pitch. That ball ripped down the right field line and foul, so Mason spoils that one. One-two offering in, left up in the zone. Cheryl takes off for second. She's got second base easily. An awkward slide into second base. She's upstanding, seems to be okay. So the Seminoles now in business. Runners on second and third, nobody out. Infield will be in for the Lopes. Another tough task for the Lopes offense with the right-hander, Catherine Sandercock, on the mound for the Seminoles. As a 2-2 offering, slapped foul and out of play. We'll do it again at 2 balls and 2 strikes. First base is open here. Denhart, again, not wanting to give in to any of these Seminoles hitters. We've seen the damage they could do, and the numbers are there. Still 5 of the first 6 hitters in this order hitting over 400 on the season, as that fastball just misses outside, and the count runs full at 3 balls and 2 strikes.
Well, again, this is what I talked about Ryan Denhart having to settle down and find some outs and find some strikes here. Draws the count full with no outs, runners in scoring position. It's going to be a tough task to get out of this one without at least one more coming around.
So this will be the 3rd payoff pitch of the inning for Denhart, as that ball slapped on the right side. That's going to find a hole and into right field for a base hit. 1 run scores. Here comes Sherrill. Close play at the plate. Not in time. Sherrill scores. It's a 2-run single for Elizabeth Mason. She now has 20 runs batted in on the season. And just like that, the Seminoles take a 3-0 lead here in the top of the first. Still nobody out for the Lopes.
Well, I'll tell you what, that was a great throw by Gianna Nicoletti out in right field. Just barely missed her on the tag. Couldn't have asked for a better throw from your right fielder, but like I said, it was going to be tough for Denhart to get out of this one without letting up a couple more runs, and she lets up 2 more, and now Lopes in a bit of a hole early on, but you know, you can't even panic because this is exactly what happened in the previous game. GCU found themselves down early, were able to find hits, were able to get outs, they were able to settle down, and I hope that Denhart can settle down here, get a quick out, and get out of this inning with only allowing 3.
Jesse Morrison able to make those adjustments, Phil. We'll see right here, right now, if Ryan Denhart can do the same. As Zoe Cassis digs in, the senior hitting .397, 2 home runs, 17 runs batted in. As Mason will lead off first. First pitch from Denhart. Fastball, misses outside, count 1-0. Bobo seems to be warming up in the Lopes bullpen as Coach Pearson wasting no time. That pitch slapped on the ground to short. Runner was going on the pitch as Torville gets the easy 4-3 put out at first base. So Mason moves into scoring position. 1 out now for Ryan Denhart with a runner on second base. And Cassidy Davis will dig in.
And how funny for Ryan Denhart, same thing. It started out with Zoe Cassis getting being hitless. Again, like I said, Jessie Morrison being able to pitch well against the bottom half of this order, and Denhart finally gets her first out due to the bottom half of the order.
Davis hitting .404. Lays off that first pitch off speed. As it clips the outside corner, count 0-1. Cassidy Davis came in to salvage the final 2 outs in the bottom half of the 6th inning in the first game after Megan King gave up that go-ahead RBI double. Savannah Torville lacing it in the left center field gap for an eventual 5-3 Lopes win. Looking to add another run to the scoreboard here in the top of the first. It'll be a 1-1 from Denhart. Runner leads off second. Fastball on the outside corner, called strike. Count moves to 1-2. Davis looking to move Mason over to third base here. 1-2 offering from Denhart. Cut on and missed. So Denhart fools Davis with the off-speed pitch. Throw down to second. Not in time. Kaylee Holland looking to catch Mason sleeping over there at second base. To no avail. So runner on second base. 2 outs. Now Denhart looking to get out of the inning with just 3 runs allowed.
Well, what a big time for Ryan Denhart to find her first strikeout. 2 outs now for GCU. And like I said, this is what she needed. She's just going to find outs and hopefully get out of this inning.
First pitch outside to Mackenzie Herzog, hitting .324. Just 2 runs batted in on the season. Does have a slugging percentage of .412. So Denhart looking to hit her spots here with the runner on second base. Again, like Phil mentioned, plenty of room for the Lopes to get back in this one. We're only in the top of the first as that one slap fouled on the right field line. Count moves to 1-1.
Yeah, the only real difference between this one and the previous one is that Lopes were down by 2 instead of 3. And they were able to chip away at the lead. They got a great pitching performance out of Yessie Morrison down the stretch. She pitched phenomenal. They were able to get the victory.
It was a perfect formula for success in game number 1. As that off-speed pitch misses low and outside, count moves to 2-1. Seminoles coming into game 1 stunned, losing by a final score of 5-3. Not letting anything show here tonight, as that ball's going to get over the head of Maddie Dowdle into left field for a base hit. So the run will score as Mason comes around. It's an RBI double for Mackenzie Herzog, and it's 4-0 Florida State.
Well, again, Dowdle playing that one a little poorly in left field. Takes 2 steps in instead of 2 steps back, and it tips right off her glove. An unfortunate miss for Maddie Dowdle, who was able to make the final out in the previous game. But, well, we were wondering when Florida State's bats were going to show up, and it looks like they decided to show up here in the second game.
And it looks like that's going to be all for Ryan Denhart. Does not get out of the first inning. This one, 2/3 innings pitched, allowing 4 earned runs on 4 hits. And it looks like the right-hander Brianna Aguilar will take over.
Yeah, it's unfortunate to watch Denhart not even complete the rest of this inning, but you know, I wouldn't doubt Coach Pearson got her first victory. The Lopes did it. They finally beat a ranked team, and well, now it's just sort of, you know, you don't want to be too big for your britches. That first game, the Lopes came out with just, I mean, Coach Pearson said it, play with your hair on fire, and the Lopes came out with so much fire and passion, and they were down. They didn't quit. They were getting right back into it. Defense started coming up, but a couple errors so far in this one have resulted in runs. And I know that there's still a whole lot more softball to be played. This is only the first inning, and GCU was down in the previous game, but hopefully the upperclassman in Bobo, the oldest pitcher here on this team, the junior, can come in and settle things down, get the Lopes out of this inning, and I hope Ryan Denhart can rebound here, and in her next starter, if she re-enters, can pitch well again. She's a great pitcher. Just found some really struggles against a very, very good team.
Like you said, the Lopes finally picking up a win against a ranked team, and not just any ranked team, the #1 ranked team in Florida State. As Savannah Parker digs in, first pitch misses inside from Aguilar, ball 1-0. Bobo coming into this one with a 2-2 record, 19 1/3 innings pitched, has allowed 20 hits, 9 earned runs, 5 Ks coming into this one. 1-0 offering to Parker, misses low and outside, 2-0. Savannah Parker did not get the start in game number 1, gets the start here in game number 2, hitting .400 with 2 home runs, 6 runs batted in. Herzog leads off of second, 2-0 offering. Fastball misses low and inside, and the count is 3 balls and no strikes. So Brianna Aguilar just trying to get out of this inning unscathed. We'll offer a 3-0 pitch here to Parker. Fastball misses low, ball 4. So a 4-pitch walk handed out by Brianna Aguilar to Savannah Parker. And Leslie Ferris will dig in with runners on first and second and 2 outs.
It seems like the control issues have followed from Ryan Denhart to Bobo. And, well, again, the Lopes have 2 outs, and it's still a very close ball game. Very obtainable lead to get back. But just got to get an out here.
First pitch to Ferris, misses high, ball 1-0. Aguilar unable to get the call there from the home plate umpire. So Bobo, like you said, Phil, having control issues thus far. So far, 5 pitches, 5 balls from the right-hander. 1-0 offering. Fastball clips the outside corner, and there's a strike, so the count evens up at a ball and a strike. Florida State batting around here in the first inning, looking to do more damage with runners on first and second. Ferris just hitting .207 on the season. Comes into this one with just 6 hits, 2 of them for home runs. As it tapped up the middle, Smith has it, steps on second for the final out of the inning, but not before.
You already said phone.
Anyways, the Lopes look to get on the scoreboard.
There we go.
It's live. There are no screw-ups. Bottom of the first inning, 4-0 Florida State. It's going to be the right-hander Catherine Sandercock, the freshman on the mound for the Seminoles. Coming into this one, 1.94 ERA, 7-0. Again, no typos here. 10th appearance on the season, 36 total innings pitched. Has only allowed 35 hits, 10 earned runs. Comes into this one with 20 strikeouts. Looking for an easy bottom half of the first inning. It'll be Gianna Nicoletti leading things off for the Lopes. No changes in their lineup, staying with the same lineup as Coach Pearson. So Gianna will dig in, hitting .250 on the season, coming into this at-bat with just 2 runs batted in.
And the last time the Lopes faced an undefeated pitcher, they were able to get the victory over Megan King, who had a really, really good first half of the game. Lopes were unable to do anything until Kaylee Holland hit a home run, and we'll see if they can get ahead of Sandercock here.
First pitch misses low and outside, ball 1. Again, Nicoletti's approach here, just trying to slap the ball the other way. As you can see, the Seminoles outfield playing just to her hitting style. That right field line wide open, center field open as well. Top pitch is cut on and missed. Count evens up at a ball and a strike. It'll be Nicoletti, Bishop, and Smith. Lopes just looking to chip away in this one. Like we said, a lot of softball left to be played. We're only in the bottom of the first here in Phoenix. Sandercock gets a sign. It'll be a 1-1 pitch. Fastball cut on and miss, so Nicoletti quickly behind in the count, 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Gianna's been the leadoff hitter for Coach Pearson ever since that San Diego tournament where she really came alive and has been really solid for the Lopes in that leadoff spot.
Again, just trying to put the ball in play here. 1-2 offering. Fastball misses outside. Count evens up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Two-two pitch. Fastball cut on and missed. Healthy hack there from Nicoletti. She'll head back to the dugout. Quickly 1 away here for Catherine Sandercock as Lily Bishop, the designated hitter, will dig in. Lily coming into this at bat, hitting .326 on the season, just 1 home run, 9 RBIs. We didn't see the Lopes get on the board until the bottom half of the 3rd inning in game 1. Kaylee Holland launching a solo home run over the left field wall. That got things going for the Lopes. Lopes looking to get things going a little bit earlier in this one as they trail by 4.
Well, it really re-energized the team. That solo shot by Kaylee Holland really got things going for the Lopes.
1-0 offering, cut on and missed. Bishop with the healthy hack there as the count evens up at a ball and a strike. Lily Bishop's only home run on the season coming just a few weekends ago against the Yale Bulldogs. Launching one over the left field net, over the left field wall. As she chops that one foul, count moves to 1-2.
Well, Bishop's found herself moving up in the order. She was initially at the bottom half or the middle area of the 5, 6, and 7 to begin the season, but, you know, Coach Pearson kind of going with the tactic of have the speedy leadoff hitter and then Bishop can bring him around to score.
We'll see what Sandercock goes with here on 1-2. Goes with the off-speed in the dirt. Doesn't get Bishop to chase. Count evens up 2 balls and 2 strikes. Lily Bishop looking to get on for Shea Smith, who waits on deck, hitting .460 on the season. There's no mistake why Shea Smith is in the 3-hole in this Lopes order. There's a 2-2 offering from Sandercock. Ripped down the third base line and foul, so we'll do it again. Bishop right on that one. Unable to keep it fair.
Yeah, I was going to say the same thing. A great turn by Lily Bishop. She drives that one on the wrong side of the line, but a beautiful hit. She's got to push that one a little more to the right side. Have to keep a counter of how many times I accidentally interrupt you.
Hey, I said it before, I'll say it again. It's live TV. There are no screw-ups. But it'll be a 2-2 here to Bishop. Again, just looking to wait back on the ball, drive it the other way. Defense playing right up the middle. As a 2-2 pitch, popped in the air on the infield. The ball will be called off by the first baseman, Carson Gordon. So 2 up, 2 down here in the first for Sandercock, and Shea Smith will dig in. Lily Bishop just getting underneath that fastball, popping it up in the infield. Like I mentioned before, Smith coming in this at bat hitting .460, just 1 home run on the season, 12 runs batted in, has a slugging percentage of .635. First pitch from Sandercock, in there for a called strike, count 0-1. Oh, 1 pitch, ripped foul. Smith just getting underneath that one as the count moves to no balls and 2 strikes. Well, Florida State proving early in this one why they were 22-0 coming in to today's action. 4 runs on 4 hits in the top of the first, and Sandercock looking for an easy 1-2-3 inning here in the bottom half. Will be an 0-2 offering here to Shea Smith. She goes with the off-speed pitch, does not get Smith to chase. Count moves to 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Yeah, Smith still looking for her first base hit. Still carries the best average on the team at .460, but been struggling a little bit so far against these Florida State pitchers.
1-2 pitch, fouled straight back, so Smith right on it. Right on Sandercock's fastball. Trying to get the bat head out. Again, take the ball the other way, wait on the fastball if she gets an off-speed pitch to drive.
If there's anybody who's going to drive it, it's Shea Smith.
We'll see what Sandercock gives her on this 1-2 pitch. Goes with the off-speed again. Again in the dirt, does not get Smith to chase. Count evens up at 2-2. Smith looking for an off-speed pitch to drive here. Sandercock not hanging anything up to this point. We'll see what she goes with on 2-2. Went with the off-speed pitch on 0-2 and 1-2. Will not be shocked to see the fastball up in the zone here. And there's the fastball. Lifted down the left field line. Coming in on it is the left fielder. She'll be unable to make the grab. Sliding in foul territory. So Zoe Casas will head back to left field. Unsuccessful in that attempt.
You know, you look at the difference between Sandercock and the Game 1 pitcher, Megan King, is King had that quick fastball. Just hitters were way behind it, whereas Sandercock's a little bit more crafty, throwing a lot more off speed.
2-2 pitch goes with the fastball inside, almost clips Smith there as the count runs full at 3-2, inches away from clipping Shea Smith's jersey there. Almost saw the Lopes first base runner of the ball game. We'll see what Smith gets here on the 3-2 pitch. Sandercock with just 11 pitches here in the first inning. Looking to put the Lopes away in quick fashion. Pitch ripped on the ground to second. Easy play made there as it's gobbled up by the second baseman Ferris, and that'll do it here in the first inning. So let's head to the top half of the first inning. We'll deal with the top of the order for Florida State. Again, they batted around with that 4-run first inning. First pitch in there for a called strike, count 0-1 on HARROD. Drew a walk in her first at bat, came around to score. So it'll be HARROD, Gordon, and Sherrill for the Seminoles. Looking to break this thing wide open early on. 0-1 pitch on the outside corner. Placed beautifully there by Brianna Aguilar as the count moves to 0-2. O2 offering. Pitch hung and slapped down the third base line and out of play, so the count remains 0-2 on HARROD. Again, coming into this at-bat hitting .478. These Florida State hitters not giving an inch. With, again, 5 of the first 6 hitters in their lineup hitting over .400. You do not see that every day. It's the 0-2 offering in the dirt. Count moves to 1-2. Cut on and missed for strike 3. So Brianna Aguilar sits down Callie Harrod for the first out. 1 up, 1 down here in the second. And Carson Gordon will dig in.
Well, way to get your first strikeout of the night. Bobo getting the first out for the Lopes. Getting things going here in the top of the second, just like the way Yesenia Morrison did. Gave up a few runs in the first and was able to settle down and get a 1-2-3 in the second.
First pitch to Gordon. In there for a called strike, count 0-1. Carson Gordon lacing the RBI double in the right center field gap in the first inning, picking up her 4th hit of the afternoon. 3 for 3 in the first game, 1 for 1 so far here tonight. So that pitch just misses outside as the count evens up at 1-1. Bobo hitting her spots early here in this one, looking to keep the deficit at 4. One pitch to Gordon. Fastball, tapped foul. Count moves to 1-2. And we mentioned it before game 1, pitching was going to be key for the Lopes. If they can keep the Seminoles bats in check, their offense can surely get back into it against the Seminoles pitching. That pitch misses low, count evens at 2-2.
And they went to old reliable Yessie Morrison, the reigning WAC pitcher of the week, and well, you see why. Pitched really, really well and was able to get these Seminole hitters out any way she could. And now you hope that Bobo can pick up where Denhart left off.
2-2 pitch, flipped foul. Count remains 2-2.
And have a Yessie-esque game.
That was a good one.
It was a really good
one. I probably couldn't think of that.
I mean,
only you could think of that.
Sometimes you get a good one and you throw it out there. If it sticks, it sticks. And if it
that
doesn't,
one will definitely stick.
If it doesn't, it's on YouTube forever.
They should make a T-shirt.
Oh, I don't know about that one.
Yessie-esque. 2-2 offering from Aguilar. Pitch misses outside, so the count runs full here on Gordon, looking to get her pitch to hit. Again, 4 hits in 4 at-bats so far here tonight against the Lopes. Payoff pitch. Misses low and outside, and Gordon is on base for the 5th consecutive time. So runner on first now, 1 out. Sydney Sherrill will dig in, 1 for 1 in this one as well. Picked up a single back in the first against Denhart.
Well, Carson Gordon again has got the number of GCU's pitching.
First pitch from Aguilar, ripped down the left field line. It's going to hook foul. Bobo trying to limit the damage to just that 1 walk. Trying to keep the ball low in the zone here to Sherrill. Again, Sherrill picked up a solo home run in game 1. Oh, 0-1 offering. Off-speed pitch, hung in the zone. It's going to be laced in the left center field. Dowdle has a beat on it, bobbles it. Ball's picked up by Kay. That's going to score a run. As Gordon comes around to score, it's an RBI double for Sydney Sherrill, and it's 5-0 Seminoles.
Well, the defense was absolutely key in that victory in the previous game, and now just a little bit struggling, a little bit like the wind's been taken out of GCU's sail. They got to settle down here.
Maddie Dowdle having a tough time keeping that one in front out in left field as it trickles into left center. As the first pitch to Mason misses low. Nice stop there from Holland behind the dish. Count 1-0. Mason picked up a 2-run single into left field in our last at-bat. That gave the Seminoles a 3-0 lead at the time. They have since added on 2 more. Looking for more here in the second. 1-0 offering. Pitch misses in, count 2-0. Bobo having a very tough time getting ahead of these Seminoles hitters here on the top of the second, resulting in a run on one hit thus far. That pitch misses low, and the count moves to 3 balls and no strikes. .30 offering. Pitch misses low and inside, so the second 4-pitch walk of the night for Brianna Aguilar, and the Seminoles have something cooking. Runners on first and second with 1 out. Again, looking to open up the floodgates here in the top of the second inning against the Lopes.
Well, you had a feeling that Florida State was going to come full force after that loss in game 1, and well, we're seeing it now. 5-0 lead and runners on. Hopefully Bobo can get out.
Pitch drops in there for a called strike, count 0-1. Casas grounded out sharply to Torville to end things in the top half of the first. Oh, 1 pitch. Misses outside, count moves to 1-1. Bobo looking for that 1 pitch to get the Lopes defense out of this inning. Remember, a ground ball double play would end the inning. Defense playing up the middle. As Cheryl leads off second, Mason off first, 1-1. Pitch is in there for a called strike. Count moves to 1-2 on Casas. Coming into this at bat, hitting .390. Looking to put the ball in play here against Aguilar. 1-2 pitch. Just misses outside. Count moves to 2 balls and 2 strikes. Two-2 pitch, slapped foul. So Zoe Casas spoiling that pitch as she stays in the box here. It'll be the 6th pitch of the at-bat between Aguilar and Casas. Bobo's pitch count up to 25 in 2/3 innings pitched thus far. Looking for the second out here in the top of the second inning. 2-2 pitch ripped into left field for a base hit. Maddie Dowdle keeps it in front, throws to third, not in time. A run will score as Cheryl crosses home plate. It's going to be an RBI single for Casas as she advances to second on the throw, and it's 6-0 with runners on second and third and 1 out. So the Seminoles offense not giving an inch here in game number 2 thus far, as they are on the verge of breaking this thing wide open.
Well, this is why they're the #1 ranked team in the nation.
Yeah, now we're seeing it.
Yeah. I mean, again, you just have a little bit of defensive mishaps. You have an error on that throw, and you find yourself into some trouble. But this is where GCU needs to settle down.
First pitch to Davis in there for a strike, count 0-1. So we'll see if Bobo can buckle down here with runners on second and third, nobody out. .01 offering to Davis. Cut on and missed. Bobo finding a little something extra on that fastball. Throwing it by Davis for the second strike, count 0-2. And the 0-2 pitch ripped through the right side, and it finds a hole into right field for a base hit. 1 run's going to score as Casas is held up at third. So it's an RBI single for Cassidy Davis. And the hits just keep on coming for the Seminoles. It's 7-0 here in the second.
Well, now a double play opportunity can stop this stop this for Florida State, and GCU can get out of this inning.
And it looks like we're going to get a quick mound visit, try and settle down Bobo here. Again, runners on the corners, 1 out. Florida State showing no signs of slowing down. 7-0 here in the top of the second inning, as Mackenzie Herzog will dig in. Herzog with an RBI double back in the first. That plated the 4th run for the Seminoles back in the first inning. That double chased Ryan Denhart from the ballgame, who is now in line for her 3rd loss on the season.
I'm curious if Coach Pearson will allow Bobo to continue to throw, or possibly go to Lexi Coons to get out of this inning.
Lexi Coons available. Yessie Morrison going all 7 innings in game 1. So a lot of flexibility for Coach Pearson in her bullpen if she wants to use it. Again, it seems like she's going to have to use it if the Lopes want to get back into this one and hold Florida State to 7 right here.
But what's good is there is a possible double play opportunity to get out of this inning with only giving up 3 runs. But again, you know, we were wondering when Florida State's bats were going to come around, and now they're coming around in game 2, and we've got a pinch runner for Florida State.
Pitch running for Florida State at first base, number 9, Deja Bush.
And it's going to be Deja Bush coming into the game to pinch run at first base. So the Seminoles putting a little bit more speed on the base paths if they weren't dangerous already. So it's Bush on first, Casas on third. Mackenzie Herzog digs in, looking for her 2nd RBI of the game, and just like that, Bush making an impact in this one, swiped second base, eliminating the double play possibility for the Lopes. So there goes your double play theory, Phil.
Like I said, sometimes they work out and sometimes they don't.
So infield will play in here. 0-1 delivery to Herzog. Outside, count moves to 1-1. So 7 runs on 7 hits thus far for the Seminoles in just an inning and a third. Lopes still looking for their first hit against right-hander Catherine Sandercock, who had an easy 1-2-3 inning in the bottom half of the first. That one slapped to third. Smith has it. She's going to throw home. And we have a bit of a jam here. Bush already standing on third base, so Casas is going to get tagged out by Shea Smith. So the Lopes finally pick up and out here, out number 2. Runners on 2nd and 3rd now. Herzog advancing to 2nd.
Well, get it out any way you can. GCU finally gets an out after giving up a few runs, and 1 out away from getting out of this heavy inning.
So Savannah Parker digs in. Seminoles 1 batter away from hitting around for the 2nd consecutive inning against these Lopes pitchers. His first pitch misses outside, 1-0. Parker hitting .400 on the season. Looking to drive in 2 right here. Bush on 2nd. Bush on 3rd. Herzog on 2nd. So that pitch misses up, count moves to 2-0. And a repeated theme here for Brianna Aguilar, falling behind these Seminoles hitters, resulting in a bunch of damage on the scoreboard for Florida State. 2-0 pitch. Fastball, taps slowly, foul, count moves to 2-1. Parker would walk in her first at bat against Aguilar on 4 pitches. Would be stranded on first base as the 2-1 pitch misses low, count moves to 3-1. First base is open. Aguilar does not have to give in to Parker here with Ferris waiting on deck. Just a nightmare first 2 innings for both Ryan Denhart and Brianna Aguilar. 3-1 pitch, misses outside. Second walk handed out by Aguilar to Savannah Parker, and all ducks are on the pond now for Florida State as Leslie Ferris digs in.
Second baseman, Leslie Ferris.
So Ferris, who ended things in the the top half of the first inning with a ground out, force out, will ground one out to Smith here, who throws across the diamond for the final out of the inning. So a huge out there for Brianna Aguilar as she leaves the bases loaded here in the top of the second inning. Let's go to the bottom half of the second inning. The Lopes have a lot of scoring to do. It's 7-0 Florida State here on GCU TV.
The WAC tournament is next week. Support GCU basketball at the WAC tournament in Las Vegas, Nevada, March 13th through the 16th. Tickets are available now at gculopes.com/events.
Now, I'm not entirely sure what the concept there is, but if you do go to Vegas, what like how's housing, like what's
I think
the
you get a
whole-
hotel. I think you have to get a hotel. I mean, you would
You have
essentially.
to.
I mean, unless you want to live out on the street, I guess. I don't know. I know I have some buddies
Vegas
who are.
is pretty safe. I don't know if,
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
if you've heard.
The Vegas Strip is one of the
Oh,
safest places
nicest
in America.
people in the world.
Oh yeah. Leave your keys out and your wallet. No issue. No one's taking them.
Close your eyes, just relax.
Anyway, you know, with Bobo coming in that inning and giving up a few runs, it's all about small victories. And I think Bobo getting out of that inning with the bases remain loaded is a good small victory for GCU. And also Sierra Smith getting that out at home on that throw. Of course, I think
Olsen goes around on the swing, says the home plate umpire. Taylor Olsen just hitting .289 coming into this at-bat, just 3 RBIs on the season. As the 0-1 offering, chopped on the ground to third. Throwing across the diamond is the third baseman, Sydney Sherrill, for the 5-3 putout. And just like that, one away here in the bottom of the second. So that will bring up Sierra Smith, the third baseman for the Lopes. Hitting .369, 3 home runs, 9 runs batted in. Again, Lopes still looking for their first base runner in this one. Seminoles hitting around in each of the first 2 innings. Lopes with just 4 at-bats thus far against Sandercock. Oh, 0-1 pitch. Smith lays off the fastball low. Count evens up at a ball and a strike. One pitch, tapped off the foot of Smith and rolls foul. So the count now moves to a ball and 2 strikes. Smith just looking to put the ball in play here with Savannah Torville waiting on deck. Torville again, the one with the big blow in the bottom of the 6th inning in game 1, RBI double against Megan King. So that pitch is lofted in the air down the left field line. Is it going to stay in play? It does for the third baseman, Sherrill. So Smith will head back to the dugout with a pop-up. 2 up, 2 down here in the bottom of the second. And that will bring up the second baseman, the freshman, Savannah Torville.
Well, how about Savannah Torville last game? A huge base hit, or excuse me, a huge double to put the Lopes up.
First pitch in there on the inside corner for a called strike, 0-1. Safe to say that Savannah Torville's 9th run batted in on the season is definitely her most important as of today. Put the Lopes up 4-3 in the bottom of the 6th inning as she'll wear that one right on the thigh as she'll jog down to first base. First base runner of the ball game for the Lopes comes via hit by pitch. Sandercock looks to bounce back right here against Kaylee Holland, who'll dig in, hitting .350 on the season. Connected for a solo home run against Megan King in the bottom of the 3rd in game 1. Was her 3rd home run on the season, now has 11 runs batted in. Again, the Lopes just looking to chip away here. First pitch outside, ball 1-1-0. Hits softly on the ground to third. Sherrill with all 3 putouts here in the bottom of the second inning. So that pitch is lofted over the head of Smith, and it's going to dunk in for a base hit. So the Seminoles finding all the holes here in game 2 as HARROD dunks that one over the head of Smith for a base hit. She's now 1 for 2, runner on first base, nobody out for the Seminoles.
First baseman, Carson Gordon.
So after suffering their first loss of the season just hours ago, Seminoles looking to put the nail in the coffin here against the Lopes in game 2. First pitch in there for a called strike, 0-1 on Gordon. Gordon yet to be retired by the Lopes thus far. 3 for 3 against Yessie Morrison. 1 for 1 against Ryan Denhart. Walked in her first plate appearance against Bobo. As she lofts that one in the air. Easy play there for Smith, and she'll throw on to first for the easy 6-3 double play. Callie HARROD running on the pitch, looking for her 3rd stolen base of the day. Won't get it there. She'll head back to the dugout. 2 outs now for the Lopes, nobody on, and Sydney Sherrill will dig in. So just like that, Bobo looking for an easy top half of the 3rd inning as the Lopes offense tries to get back in this one. First pitch clips the outside corner for a strike count, 0-1.
Well, we talk about small victories, and getting Gordon to get out like that is a small victory. She had Yessie's number the entire game. She got a hit off of Ryan Denhart, got a walk off Bobo, and now Bobo gets her out.
That pitch just misses, doesn't get the call from the home plate umpire. Count evens up at a ball and a strike. So it'll be interesting to see how long Coach Pearson goes with Brianna Aguilar. Pitch count up to 47 total pitches. Now again, Lexi Coons is available in the bullpen. As that pitch misses outside, count moves to 2-1. With her performance so far here today in Phoenix, Sydney Sherrill's batting average up to .508. Lays off that fastball. Count moves to 3-1. Just like that, Sydney Sherrill has herself in a hitter's count at 3 balls and 1 strike. See what Aguilar goes with. As she offers a 3-1 pitch, ripped in the air, allow a hit. 1 base runner for the Lopes was Savannah Torville, hit by a pitch in the bottom of the 2nd. First pitch swinging is Dowdle, lofts it in the air to right. Play is going to be made there by Bush, who stays in the game, plays right field, makes a catch out there in right field. 1 away, nobody on. And Taylor Kay will dig in. Kay hitless in game 1, average down to 283. Goes for the bunt there, misses, count 0-1. So everything that was advertised here for these #1 ranked Florida State Seminoles has come out here in game number 2. As the 0-1 pitch slapped in the hole at short. Going to be a tough play, where it's going to be made by the shortstop, Callie HARROD, for the 6-3 putout, gunning out Taylor Kay just in the nick of time. 2 up, 2 down here in the 3rd. And it looks like we're going to see a switch here. Lorianne Olson at the plate, making her 2nd pinch hit appearance of the day. Looking to pick up her 1st hit. We'll see if Gianna Nicoletti returns in this one. First pitch from Sandercock. Taps slowly to short. Another easy put out there for 2nd inning. Takes a ball for a 1-0 count. Average up to 413. One 0 pitch, clips the outside corner, count evens up 1-1. Brianna Aguilar looking for the same inning she had in the third inning, looking to keep this at a 7-run deficit for the Lopes offense, trying to chip away in this one, so to speak, down by 7. Pitch misses outside, count moves to 2 balls and 1 strike. Two-one pitch, misses outside. Count moves to 3 balls and 1 strike. So Mason looking to get on here to start things out in the 4th. Again, Florida State looking to put this game away after being defeated by the Lopes 5-3, first loss on their season. 3-1 pitch, fastball, chopped foul into the Seminoles dugout. So the count moves full at 3 balls and 2 strikes. Aguilar gets a sign from Holland. 3-2 pitch, ripped past the glove of Torville and into right field for a base hit. So that ball hit right on the nose by Elizabeth Mason. She's on first base, nobody out. And that'll bring up Zoe Cassis. Cassis with an RBI single back in the 2nd, grounded out sharply to Torville back in the 1st. Pitch in there for a strike, 0-1. Bush waiting on deck, came into this game as a pinch runner in the 2nd inning, has stayed in this ball game. Pitch ripped up the middle, right past the glove of Bobo and into center field, and just like that, the Seminoles back in business here in the 4th. Runners on 1st and 2nd and nobody out.
Again, we go back to small victories. Last inning, Bobo was able to get 1, 2, 3, and now she's in trouble early. Now, I could hope for a triple play here, but I think it'd be next to impossible to think that something like that would happen. But again, if Bobo can just get a couple outs here and, not give up any runs, again, we go back to the small victories tactic.
Pitch bunted, misses, count 0-1. Yeah, I don't think your Houdini tricks are going to play any factors in this one.
It's happened.
You're on
one
point
time.
in game 1.
It's happened one time.
You were on point in game 1, not quite here in game 2. Losing a little bit of your magic. As Bobo offers the 1-1 pitch. Missed again by Bush as the count moves to 0-2. Bush hitting .500 on the season. The junior.
I mean, I can hope for some impossible things.
Deja Bush, native of Davie, Florida, fouls that one off, count 0-2. .02 pitch, slapped on the ground to first. Olsen has it, gets the force at 2nd, and Smith does not make contact with the bat as the throw pulls her off second base. And just like that, bases loaded, nobody out. And it looks like they're going to call Bush out at first base. And they're going to have runners shift back to 1st and 2nd.
Batter was out of the batter's box. The batter is out.
So a rule in softball is a newer rule that they've implemented for slap hitters, is that you have to have both feet in the box when you make contact with the bat, when you make contact with the ball, excuse me. And so it looks like Bush didn't have 2 feet in, so she was called out. So essentially, both runners have to stay.
Bush looking to implement her speed right out of the gate there. You see that with a lot of hitters.
Yeah.
Here you see with Taylor Kay trying to slap it the other way.
Right.
Trying to implement her speed right out of the box. So that pitch misses outside, count 1-1.
And that's the thing is last season you had to only keep 1 foot in the box, but they changed that rule. And Taylor Kay had a little bit of struggles with it last weekend. There was a couple times where she got called out. But it's just something that hitters have to get used to.
1-1 pitch, misses high and inside. Count moves to 2-1 here. Mackenzie Herzog RBI double in the first. Grounded into a fielder's choice at third back in the second inning. Looking for his second base hit of the ball game here with a runner on second. Taps that one foul. Count evens up at 2-2. Herzog picked up her third RBI in the first inning as her average moves up to 333 on the season. Again, not that many holes in this Seminole lineup. As that one's tapped slowly on the ground at third. Going to be a tough play for Smith. Throws across the diamond for the out. Coming home is the runner, and she slides in ahead of the tag. Huge heads-up base running by Elizabeth Mason. Scoring all the way from second base on a ground ball to third. Smith makes the 5-3 put out at first, but Mason comes around to score, and it's 8-0 Florida State. How about that?
I think Kaylee Holland got the tag before the slide, but you know, regardless, Mason comes in to score. Now 8-0 for Florida State. And I was going to talk about small victories. Lopes able to get 2 outs, but unfortunately give up another run.
First pitch in there for a strike, count 0-1. Bobo's pitch count up to 64 at the moment. Still nobody warming up in the Lopes bullpen. So Coach Pearson going with Bobo for the moment. As the 0-1 pitch misses outside, count 1-1. A huge heads-up base running play by Elizabeth Mason, up by 7. Scores all the way from second base on a ground ball in the infield. Casas leads off of third, 1-1 pitch. Sliced foul. Count moves to 1-2. So Parker looking to get on for the second time, or excuse me, the third time, has walked in her first 2 at-bats, lays off that off-speed pitch. Tough pitch to lay off there, as it's executed beautifully by Aguilar. Count moves to 2 balls and 2 strikes. Slapped foul. Count remains 2-2. We'll do it again. Eight runs on 10 hits now for the Florida State Seminoles. They've only left 5 runners on base. Lopes with a 1 base runner thus far. That was Savannah Torville, again hit by a pitch in the bottom half of the second inning by Sandercock. 3-2 offering here to Savannah Parker, looking to get on for the third time, has walked in each of her first 2 plate appearances. Casas leads off of third, the pitch. Cut on and missed, and Bobo gets out of the inning. Seminoles add on 1 more, though, as we will head to the bottom half of the 4th inning. Like Bishop's ready to go as she shakes things off. Never a fun thing to hit it off your foot.
No, never at all. I was practicing for intramural softball and caught a line drive off the foot as I was pitching.
That's why you don't play intramural sports.
Well, I do.
I mean, I'm not going to antagonize you for it, but
I enjoy it. Oh, we had a doubleheader on Monday. We were 1-1. Lost the first game, but won the second. Pretty good start to our season.
500.
500 to start. Looking to win that T-shirt.
That's what it's all about in intramural sports here on the campus of Grand Canyon University.
Can't catch that on GCU TV just yet, but
maybe one day.
Maybe.
Bug coming right at you, Phil. Right in your living room. 1-2 pitch, lofted in the air, left field. Play is going to be made there by Sydney Sherrill. 1 away. So Shea Smith, the left-hander, will dig in. 1 out, nobody on. Again, Lopes still looking for their first hit of the ball game. Shea grounded out softly to second base to end things in the bottom of the first. Rips that one down the right field line and foul. Count quickly 0-1. Oh, 1 pitch, left up. Count moves to 1 ball and 1 strike now. One pitch, ripped in the air to center field. Going back as a center fielder on the track at the wall. Sayonara. Solo home run for Shea Smith. Her first on the spring. And the Lopes are on the board. It's 8-1.
Well, beautiful shot by Shea Smith out to deep center field. And we talk about small victories. Now GCU finally getting a run in. Last game it came in the 3rd. This game it comes in the 4th. And hopefully this can shift momentum back in the way of the Lopes.
So first hit, first run for the Lopes. They now trail this one by 7 as Taylor Olson digs in. Grounded out sharply to 3rd. Back in the bottom of the 2nd inning against Sandercock. So Sandercock leaving that one up in the zone. Shea Smith all over that fastball. Drilling it to the deepest part of the GCU softball stadium.
Yeah, dead center field for her 2nd home run on the season.
Pitch missed inside. Count moves to 2-0. So we'll see if that's the spark that the Lopes needed to chip away in this one. Still down by 7. Have a lot of work to do as they look for more base runners. Olson's average at 282. That pitch is in there for a called strike. Count moves to 2-1. Pitch ripped first base side, over the bag, and it's a fair ball. Bush has a tough time handling out there. Olson will stay at first with a 1-out single. Back-to-back hits for the Lopes as they look to get things going offensively.
Great hit by Taylor Olson right past the first base line, right past the glove of Gordon. This is what GCU needed. It took a home run from Kaylee Holland in the first game to get things going, and now a home run by Shea Smith could possibly give GCU their first comeback victory of the season.
So Olson picks up her first hit of the day. Sierra Smith will now dig in. Rips that one on the ground to second base. And she'll reach first base with an infield hit. So ground ball bobbled there by the second baseman Ferris. And just like that, the Lopes are one swing away from getting right back in this ball game with Savannah Torville digging in.
And how about, I mean, if there's anybody you want up right now, it's Savannah Torville. She was able to get the Lopes the lead in the first game on back-to-back doubles from Sierra Smith, and then Savannah came up right after her and crushed one in the right field and brought Sierra around to score. And then was able to put one over the shortstop's head to give the Lopes the lead. Big at-bat right here for Savannah Torville.
And we saw Savannah with that huge RBI double in Game 1, resulting in the Lopes win. Has 3 home runs on the season, and one swing of the bat cut this lead in half. So Olson with the single will lead off of second base. Sierra Smith leads off of first. Torville hit by a pitch in her first at-bat against Sandercock. First real test in this one for Sandercock, who's been cruising along through the first 4 innings. First pitch, ripped on the ground to third. They'll get the force at second, as there's now runners on the corners with 2 outs. Sandercock looking to get out of this one with just 1 run allowed. So Kaylee Holland will dig in.
Number 12, Kaylee Holland.
See if she can duplicate what she did in the 3rd inning in game 1 here. Could use it in a big way. A huge opportunity for the Lopes to get back in this one against Sandercock. Pitch ripped down the third base sign, and it's going to be a foul ball. So Kaylee Holland inches away there from plating at least 1. Count will now move to no balls and 2 strikes with runners on the corners.
Well, not a bad swing on the bat for Kaylee Holland. Again, just finding the unfortunate side of the line.
See what Sandercock goes with on 0-2. Holland looking to protect the plate. Off-speed pitch in there for a called strike 3, and that'll do it. So the Lopes finally get on the season. It was her 2nd of the season. Now has 13 runs batted in. So Bobo looks to keep Florida State's offense in line here in the 5th. Lopes are running out of time, but still in this one. As that pitch misses outside, count 1-0. That'll be 9 1-2 hitters for Florida State. Leslie Ferris, the second baseman, 0 for 2 with 2 ground balls so far. As that pitch misses up, count moves to 2-0. Ferris, in a limited number of plate appearances, has a 194 batting average with her 0 for 2 night thus far. As a 2-0 from Aguilar, ripped to third. Sierra Smith has it, throws across the diamond for the easy 5-3 putout, and there's quickly 1 away here in the 5th.
Well, ever since the 2nd inning, Bobo's been able to find outs and keep Florida State pretty quiet. A scoreless inning in the 3rd, then only giving 1 up in the 4th, and starting out the 5th pretty positively.
The shortstop, Callie Holland. Callie Harrod.
So with 1 away, back to the top of the order. 4th go-around for Florida State as Callie Harrod digs in, singled in her last at-bat, has reached base twice after walking in the 1st. Rips that one to deep center field. Going back is Kay. She's not going to get a glove on it as it's 1 hop over the wall. Throw comes into 2nd. It's a double for Callie Harrod, her 2nd hit of the afternoon. And Florida State has a runner in scoring position, 1 out, runner on second base.
Well, Harrod showing why she leads the country in base hits, getting her first hit, or excuse me, yeah, her 2nd hit, there we go, of the night. Knew I'd get it.
So with Harrod now in scoring position, Gordon will dig in. Gordon flied out to right in her last plate appearance. First time all day that the Lopes were able to retire Florida State's first baseman. Carson now hitting .386. As the 0-1 pitch misses outside, count moves to 1-1. One offering in there for a strike as it clips the outside corner, and the count moves to 1-2. So Aguilar trying to retire the toughest out in this Florida State order as of date here for the Lopes this afternoon. Gordon looking for her 5th hit, 2nd of this game. As the 1-2 offering is ripped down the third base line as she hooks it foul. Even when she's not putting it in play, Gordon has been right on this Lopes pitching all night long.
Yeah, she got a hit in the first inning and then walked in her second at-bat, and then the Lopes finally caught her to fly out in the third, but she has got such a hot bat on this team.
1-2 pitch, cut on and missed. And Carson Gordon will take a seat. The first time she goes down on strikes in this one. She heads back to the dugout. 2 outs now. Runner on second base. Seminoles looking to drive in Callie HARROD from second base. Sydney Sherrill, the left-hander, digs in. Average sitting pretty at 500 at the moment. 2 for 3 in this one. Pitch ripped down the left field line. It's going to drop foul. Huge break there for the Lopes, as HARROD will head back to second base. That ball had just enough movement on it to slice foul. It'll be an 0-1 count now on Sherrill. RBI double in the second, singled in the first, flew out to left, back in the third. 0-1 pitch, takes inside, count evens up at a ball and a strike. That pitch up and in. Sydney Sherrill having to dance out of the way of that one as the count moves to 2-1. Ken Aguilar looking for the final out of this inning as the Lopes offense still has a lot of work to do. Pitch. Shot foul, evens up the count at 2-2. Bobo's pitching line at the moment. She's thrown 4 innings in this one, has allowed 7 hits, 4 earned runs, has walked 4, struck out 3. 2 extra base hits thus far. As that ball's chopped up the middle and somehow stays in her glove as she makes the stab, makes the play for the final out of the 5th. So we'll see if the Lopes offense can continue to chip away in this one as we head to the bottom of the 5th inning, 8-5. As Catherine Sandercock back out there for her 5th inning of work.
We talk about small victories, and again, Bobo getting out of another inning without giving up a score. Well, now GCU's bats, that have been quiet so far except 1 run, need to come alive right here.
So it seems as if Catherine Sandercock's night is finished. Mackenzie Herzog taking over on the circle for Florida State. Comes into this one 3-0, 17 innings pitched, has only allowed 8 hits, and has picked up 16 strikeouts.
Wow. Herzog coming from center field. That's where she started to begin this game. A lot of options for Coach Alameda.
Breaking out the off-speed pitch there, getting Dowdle to swing through that one. Count quickly 0-2. Herzog averaging at least 1 strikeout per inning pitched so far this spring. See what she has in store for the Lopes offense here in this one as Dowdle lays off that pitch. Count moves to 1-2. It's 8-9-1 for the Lopes. Dowdle, Taylor Kay on deck. Olsen in the hole. Remember, Olsen pinched hit for Gianna Nicoletti earlier on in this one. Stayed in the game defensively. As a 1-2 offering to Dowdle. Cut on and missed. Swings through that off-speed pitch from Herzog. 1 up, 1 down here in the bottom of the 5th.
Well, you talk about Herzog averaging basically a strikeout for each inning, and she just got her first strikeout of the night.
So 1 away, Taylor Kay digs in, shows bunt, takes back, takes a strike, count 0-1. Taylor grounded out softly to short in her first and only plate appearance back in the bottom of the 3rd against Sandercock. Average down to 277, on base percentage at 292 as she slaps that one down the 3rd base side. It's going to get out of play. Count quickly, no balls and 2 strikes. So Mackenzie Herzog coming right after these Lopes hitters. Pumping strikes. Mixing in both her fastball and off-speed pitches. Corners both playing in for the speedy K. Looking to slap one here. Lays off the 0-2 pitch. Count moves to 1-2. Lopes getting on the board in the bottom of the 4th. Like we said, Shea Smith, solo home run. They did leave runners on the corners. Have now left 3 runners on base overall as Kay whiffs through that one. Take a seat. 2 up, 2 down here from Mackenzie Herzog. Looking for a silent 1-2-3 inning here in the bottom of the 5th against the Lopes.
Number 21.
As Lorraine Olson will dig in. Lorianne 0 for 1. Grounded out to short in her first and only plate appearance. Pinched hit for Gianna Nicoletti back in the bottom of the 3rd. As the 0-1 offering. Misses low. Count moves to 1-1. One pitch slapped right at Cheryl at 3rd base, and that'll do it. You couldn't have hit it any harder than Olson did right there. Right there. There's a chance that Baby's just tired from all the action and excitement in the first game. Gonna stay awake for the second game as that ball's tapped into center field for a base hit. Another hit for Elizabeth Mason. 3rd hit of the night. 4th time on base in this one. She's now 3 for 3. And that will bring up Zoe Cassis.
Well, early trouble for Bobo again. Was able to get out of it the past couple innings, but she's going to have to work out of this one.
Pitch misses outside, 1-0. Cassis singled in each of her last 2 plate appearances. Picked up an RBI single in the 2nd. Grounded out sharply to Savannah Torville back in the 1st. Average at .410 with her 2 hits tonight. 1-1 pitch. Off speed, ripped past the glove of Torville and into right center field for a base hit. Moving from 1st to 3rd is Mason. Just like that, runners on 1st and 3rd, nobody out for Florida State. Looking to add to their 7-run lead. Trying to get that run back, given up by Sander Cock in the bottom half of the 4th. Golden opportunity right here with Deja Bush digging in.
Right fielder, Deja Bush.
Bush, like we've said, the Florida native. Has a .429 batting average. Grounded out softly to 1st back in the 4th. Looking to drive in a run here. First pitch misses outside, count 1-0. Bush looking for her first run batted in on the spring. A golden opportunity right here with Mason on 3rd and Casas on 1st. 1-0 offering. Pitch misses outside, count moves to 2-0. Corners playing in. As a 2-0 offering. Check swing. Home plate umpire says she went around as the count moves to 2-1. Bush unable to hold up on that check swing. Sierra Smith playing in at 3rd. Olson in at 1st. Defense playing up the middle here. As Bobo delivers a 2-1 offering. Cut on and missed by Bush. And the count moves to 2-2. So Aguilar looking to get into and out of trouble here in the top of the 6th. Again, a large margin here for the Lopes, down by 7. Still a chance with 2 innings left to be played. 2-2 pitch up in the zone. Count runs full. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Pitcher Mackenzie Herzog waiting on deck, hitting .324 on the season, 1 for 3 tonight with an RBI. And Herzog, or excuse me, Bush will check her swing there, take first base. And for the third time tonight, all ducks on the pond for Florida State. Bases loaded, nobody out.
Well, Bobo's got out of a out of bases loaded before, but she had a couple outs on the board. Now with no outs, Lopes would love something here.
First pitch to Herzog, misses low, count 1-0. Herzog picked up an RBI on a double in the first inning, grounded into a fielder's choice at third in the second, grounded out sharply to Sierra Smith at third back in the fourth, looking for her second hit of the night. Only has 1 run batted in. Is that fastball? Misses up, count moves to 2-0. No place to put Herzog here. Mason on third, Casas on second, Bush over there on first. Herzog looking to break this thing wide open before she heads back out on the mound in the bottom half of the inning. Pitch in there for a strike, count moves to 2-1. Still nobody warming up in the Lopes bullpen. So this top of the 6th inning lies in the hands of Brianna Aguilar. And she looks to even up the count here against Herzog, 2-1 offering. Pitch misses low and outside, and the count moves to 3 balls and 1 strike. So Aguilar looking to come right at Herzog here, trying to get the ball over the plate. Savannah Parker waiting on deck. The pitch. Ripped to second. Torville has it. We'll get the easy put out at first base. Caught there by Olsen. Run will score. It's an RBI for Herzog. 9-1 Florida State as runners advance. Runners on second and third and 1 out.
Now double play opportunity here for GCU to get out of this inning with only giving up 1.
Savannah Parker has reached base twice in this one. 2 walks in her first 2 at-bats. Struck out swinging against Bobo last go-around. Takes a strike, count 0-1. So a 9-1 lead now for Florida State. They get that run back, given up in the bottom half of the 4th inning. Looking to add more. Runners lead off the pitch. 0-1 pitch, slapped foul count quickly. No balls and 2 strikes here on Parker. If Bobo ever needed a strikeout, it's right here, right now. Leslie Ferris waiting on deck. Looking to the bottom half of the 6th inning, it will be Lily Bishop, Shea Smith, Taylor Olsen, heart of the order for the Lopes. That pitch in on the hands of Parker will get out of play, so the count remains 0-2. Oh, 0-2 pitch ripped in the right center field gap. That's going to score 2 more. Parker stands up at second with a 2-run double. 11-1 Florida State.
Number 26, Leslie Ferris.
So Ferris will dig in. Parker on second. Florida State definitely opening up the floodgates here in the top of the 6th inning now with a 10-run lead. So that pitch clips the outside corner for a strike, 0-1. Ferris 0 for 3 in this one. Lays off that pitch. Going to third is Savannah Parker. She's going to get gunned down by Kaylee Holland. Nice throw there from Kaylee. as Sierra Smith applies the tag. So 2 outs now for Aguilar. Just looking to get out of trouble here with just 3 runs allowed.
Small victories, Jack. Great throw down there by Holland to get the out. 2 down now for GCU, and well, now it's just going to take Bobo getting out of this one.
1-1 pitch. Misses low, count moves to 2-1. Lily Bishop, Shea Smith, who connected for her 2nd home run of the season back in the 4th, due up 2nd in this inning. Taylor Olson due up as well. Again, like you said, Phil, small victories in this one. Lopes just looking to add on a few more runs here. Running out of time, down by 10 as Bishop digs in. 0 for 2 so far in this one.
Number 29, Kate Acton.
So pinch hitter.
So Acton will pinch hit for Bishop. Coach Pearson utilizing her bench here. Down by 10. First pitch misses low, count 1-0. So Kate Acton looking to pick up her first hit on the season. Pitch slapped foul, count evens up at a ball and a strike. One pitch, taps slowly to short. Throws across the diamond for the 6-3 putout. So 1 up, 1 down here for Herzog here in the 6th. A few defensive changes for Florida State. Leslie Ferris moves from 2nd to short. Savannah Parker now at first base.
Number 5.
Kaylee Dietrich now pinch hitting for Shea Smith. So Coach Pearson really utilizing her bench here. Takes out her shortstop here in the bottom of the 6th. Dietrich swings through that off-speed pitch, count 0-1.
Well, and why not? Why not let some other players get an opportunity? I believe Jordan Keaton is waiting on deck.
Cut on and miss there. Another great off-speed pitch there from Herzog as the count moves to 0-2.
He's talking about a big hit. Jordan Keaton tying things up for the Lopes in a pinch hit situation last game.
0-2 pitch, misses, count moves to 1-2. Jordan Keaton picking up her first RBI of the spring in game 1. Picked it up in huge fashion. As a 1-2 pitch in on the hands of Dietrich, fouls it off, count remains 1-2. So again, the Lopes now the 1 in 22-1, handing Florida State their first loss of the season in game 1 here by a final score of 5-3. Have not had the same success, to say the least, here in game 2. So they trail this one by 10 with 1 out here in the 6th. One-two pitch laid off. Count evens up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. So Catherine Sandercock, the freshman who came into this one at 7-0, looking to improve to 8-0 after 4 innings, only allowing 1 run on 1 hit. That was Shea Smith's solo home run. Ryan Denhart on the verge of dropping her 3rd loss here this spring as that pitch misses low and in the dirt. Count runs full at 3-2 on Dietrich. Cut on and missed by Dietrich, and she'll take a seat. 2 up and 2 down here for Mackenzie Herzog.
number 22, Jordan Keaton.
And Jordan Keaton will pinch hit for the second time here today. First time, obviously, in this one, pinch hitting for Taylor Olson. As the first pitch is a strike. Keaton goes around, says the first base umpire. So the count quickly 0-1. Herzog coming right after these Lopes hitters right here, just trying to get out of this inning as easy as possible. Up by 10. As the 0-1 offering, cut on and miss, and the count is quickly no balls and 2 strikes. So Keaton looking to protect the plate here, down 0-2. Herzog making quick work of the Lopes. So that pitch misses just outside. Count moves to 1-2. Again, the story of today. Savannah Torville, RBI double. Headlining the Lopes' historic defeat of the Florida State Seminoles as Keaton pops that one up in the air. It's going to drop foul. So Keaton stays alive. Count remains 1-2. Yessie Morrison, 7 innings of 3-run baseball, picking up her 3rd complete game in the last 4 days.
Yeah, there's a reason why Yessie won WAC Pitcher of the Week. She is so good.
1-2 pitch, fouled off. Keaton putting up a fight here against Herzog, trying to stay alive. One-two offering. Cut on and missed. Herzog fools her with the off-speed pitch, and that'll do it. Seminoles pick up a huge Game 2 win, showcasing their skills in this one as they improve to 23-1 with an 11-1 victory here in Game 2 in Phoenix. So the Lopes split the